Most people moving to Burlington start their search in the south end, the Roseland, Shore Acres, and the downtown core. But if you keep driving west almost to Hamilton, you hit a neighborhood that feels completely different. More space, more trees, more nature. And in some pockets, some of the most impressive homes in the entire city. This is Aldershot. But here's the thing, it's not for everyone. Now, quick things before we get into it. If you already live in Aldershot or you are thinking about moving here and want to get a sense of what your home could be worth today, I've got a page where you can just enter your address and I'll send you a full home evaluation. The link is in the pinned comment, or if you're watching this on TV, just scan this QR code right here on the screen. Alright, let me walk you through what it actually feels like to live here. First, the map. Let's orient ourselves. Here is the map of Burlington and here is Aldershot, the far west end of Burlington. Then you have a different interpretation of it. The Toronto Real Estate Board divides Aldershot into three areas: LaSalle, Bayview, and the Grindstone. And then you can speak to the locals or local real estate board agents like in this map. It is four areas: Aldershot South, Aldershot Central, Aldershot East, and Aldershot West. All this is so that someone can easily pinpoint what pockets you're talking about. For you, know this, that the Aldershot South towards the lake is where all the residential homes are. Now let's go ahead and unpack the rest of Aldershot. If you just drive into Aldershot, you'll notice something right away. It doesn't feel like a planned neighborhood. This wasn't built all at once like the Orchard or the Alton Village. This developed over decades. So one street might have 1950s bungalows. Next street, you'll see a custom rebuild. And then right around the corner, townhomes or condos. And honestly, that's the part of the charm. You've got the escarpment behind you, the water in front of you, and right in the middle, this mix of old Burlington. Now, from a real estate standpoint, Aldershot behaves a little differently than most Burlington neighborhoods. You're probably seeing some of the numbers on the screen right now, and the first thing that stands out is the range. You've got condos starting in the low 300s, townhomes moving into that 700 to 900,000 range, and then detached homes stretching all the way past $5 million. And that's not an exaggeration, that's the reality here in Aldershot. The average price sits somewhere around that $1.1 to $1.4 million range, depending on property type. But honestly, averages don't tell the full story in Aldershot because this neighborhood isn't uniform. You can be on one street with a smaller bungalow. Just a few minutes away, you are looking at estate homes backing onto the water. Now, the other thing you need to understand, homes here don't come off that often. A lot of people move into Aldershot, they stay 20, 30 years, and it's not uncommon. So when a good property hits the market, it tends to get attention fairly quickly. And one thing I always tell buyers here is Aldershot is very street specific. Prices can change dramatically depending on how close you are to the water, the size of the lot, and even which pocket you are in. Now, because prices are always changing, what I would recommend is head over to my website realtorroshan.ca and check out the Aldershot page. I keep those numbers updated there so you can exactly see what's happening in real time. One thing I see buyers get wrong about Aldershot, they think it's just another quiet suburb. It's not. This area is heavily influenced by Hamilton. You're right on the edge, so you get buyers coming in from both sides. The second thing, people underestimate how much nature surrounds this area. It's everywhere. You really feel it when you are here. To really understand Aldershot, you kind of have to break it into pockets. Up towards the escarpment, Aldershot West, it feels almost a bit rural. Bigger lots, quieter streets. Then you've got areas closer to the LaSalle Park, more water, more activity, trails. Then you have the Plains Road. That's where everything is changing right now. More condos, more development, more density coming. Mid-rise is the name of the game here. And then there is a pocket most people don't even seem to realize exists, the North Shore Boulevard east-west. If you drive along North Shore Boulevard, especially closer to the water, you'll see a completely different side of Burlington. These homes are on deep lots, 200 feet, sometimes over 300 feet. A lot of them also backs directly onto the water, some with riparian rights, meaning private water access. You'll even see properties with boating access or sleeps nearby. And over the last 10-15 years, a lot of older homes here have been torn down and replaced with really high-end custom builds. It's one of those areas, if you don't know, you'd never know it exists. Drive on streets like Water Crescent, Oakland Parks Court, and Danforth Place. Those homes have direct water access, the true lifestyle luxury. Now, this pocket right here on this map, Sandcherry Drive, and if you just look at it from above, you can already tell this is a very different type of housing compared to the rest of Aldershot. These homes were built by Losani Homes in the early 2000s, so you're not dealing with the 1950s or 60s construction here. You're getting more modern layouts, mostly detached, some semis, but even the semis here are surprisingly large homes. A lot of them are over 2,000 square feet, and you'll even see double car garages, which is not that common for semis in Burlington. And this is where this pocket really fits a specific buyer. If you're someone who walks into older Aldershot homes and thinks, this layout doesn't work for me, the basement feels low, no proper primary ensuite, closed off rooms, this pocket solves your problem. You're getting here open concept layouts, proper bedroom sizes, modern flow, but still in the Aldershot. So it becomes this interesting middle ground, newer style living in a mature established neighborhood. And then right in the middle of Aldershot, you've got the Burlington Golf and Country Club. It's been here for over 100 years. Sits right along the water, and what it does is it's kind of anchors the entire neighborhood. You've got these quiet streets around it, mature trees, and that golf course backdrop. For buyers who want that lifestyle but still be in the city, this is one of the few places in Burlington where you still get it. Now, lifestyle wise, this is where Aldershot really stands out. You've got the Royal Botanical Gardens right here, and this isn't just a park, this is a massive trails, wetlands, forest. You could spend hours here and not see everything. Then you've got the LaSalle Park right by the water. It's got the playgrounds, public pool in the summer, even LaSalle Pavilion, a hotspot for weddings and graduation photo shoots. You can rent a space here and host amazing parties. Then down by the water, you have the LaSalle Marina, the boating culture. If you own a boat, get your own boat slip right here. Together with walking paths, views of the harbor, it's just amazing. Also from LaSalle Marina, check out this breathtaking sunrise. Just grab your coffee, sit and watch the show. Honestly, on a summer evening, this is one of the nicest spots in Burlington. And if you're someone who likes walking, cycling, being outdoors, this neighborhood makes that very easy. One thing to be aware of though, because you are so close to water and conservation area, some properties fall within the regulated areas. So if you're thinking about doing major renovations or rebuilding, there may be additional approvals required. And yes, there are some heritage properties here as well. It's not a deal breaker, but it's something you want to understand going in. Now, a quick reality check. Like Tynedega, like Shore Acres, like many parts of South Burlington, there has been pockets in Aldershot that have experienced flooding. Doesn't mean every home has issues, but this is where you want to slow down a bit, talk to a local realtor, do your homework, and if everything looks original upstairs, but the basement looks brand spanking new, you know what questions you need to ask. For day-to-day living, most things happen along the Plains Road. The groceries, restaurants, cafes, everything you need is right there. Even the medical and dental offices. Even the iconic Russell Williams family restaurant, this old school diner that's been here forever, is right on Plains Road. Plains Road by QEW intersection also has the IKEAs, the Fortinos, Staples, just, it's convenient. But I'll be very honest with you, this is still a car-oriented neighborhood. You're not really walking everywhere like downtown Burlington. That said, Plains Road is evolving, more mixed-use buildings, newer developments, some over time. This area will feel more connected and walkable. For families looking at Aldershot, you've got a few solid school options here. Glenview, Maplehurst, and then for high school, the Aldershot School. And this is actually a bit of a fun one. Even the comedian Jim Carrey went to the Aldershot High School. So there is a little bit of history here. But more importantly, what I like about this area is the environment around the schools. You got the RBZ right here. So a lot of the programs programs lean into outdoor learning, environmental focus, which fits neighborhood really well. Now, if you are serious about schools, things like the catchments, French immersion options, different programs, that's where it gets a bit more detailed. So what I suggest is this: head over to my website. I've got a full breakdown called Top Rated Schools in Burlington, and if you're watching this on TV, there should be a QR code right here on the screen. Just scan it and it'll take you straight to that page. And I've also done a full YouTube video on my channel. That'll give you a much deeper understanding of how school systems works and what you can expect. So who actually chooses Aldershot? Usually it's a few types of buyers. People who want more space, more mature neighborhoods, buyers who value nature and being outdoors, commuters because the Aldershot GO station and highway access is right there. And then you've got that luxury buyer who are looking at those North Shore properties. If you like Aldershot, you may also like neighborhoods like Tyndega, Roseland, and Shore Acres. I've already done videos on each of these neighborhoods. Please check out my videos on my channel. You'll definitely love it. But Aldershot isn't for everyone. If you want that brand new uniform streets, walkable lifestyle everywhere, this might not be the right fit. And if you want to be right in the middle of Burlington, you are a bit further out here. What's interesting though is Aldershot is evolving. Talked about it, the Plains Road is changing. More developments is coming in, especially around the GO train station. And that's by design. That's what Burlington wants. So what you are going to see over time is this balance between old and new. Quiet residential street staying the same and pockets becoming more urban. At the end of the day, Aldershot is one of the most unique neighborhoods in Burlington. You've got water, you've got the golf, nature, larger lots, mature trees, and also a good transit. But it's not cookie cutter. And that's exactly why some people love it, others skip it. If you're looking at Burlington, Aldershot is definitely one you want to understand properly. And if you want more neighborhood breakdowns just like this, please subscribe to my channel Where to Live in Oakville and Burlington. I'm covering Oakville and Burlington street by street. And don't hesitate to ask me anything real estate. Simply just text me at 647-818-7373. I'm Realtor Roshan and I would love to see you on my next video.